Hello all, my name is Ron Rosie and I will be doing my windshield survey on two different communities in the city of Long Beach. The more affluent community is Signal Hill. Signal Hill is bordered by San Diego 405 freeway. Neighboring cities include California Heights, and it's fairly close to the Long Beach Airport, as well as the city of Cal State University of Long Beach. North Long Beach is the more underserved community. It is by the 710 freeway. Neighboring cities include Belfast. Some demographics. As you can see, the current population Signal Hill is 39,733. The median income is 79,525. 10.7% are below poverty level in this area. 94.6% of the population have a high school diploma or higher. The city of Long Beach, North Long Beach, population is 39,337. The median income is 44,084. Over 24.8 individuals below poverty level. Lastly, there are over 85.8% of the population who have high school diploma or higher. As far as housing and zoning, Signal Hill, the area is clean, it's well maintained. Many more of these homes are on the hill. There are single to multi-level family homes. Many of these homes are built in gated communities, and the homes have more property around them. The city of North Long Beach is a little bit older. It's a modern town. A lot of the area there's trash of it on the ground. These homes are more single homes, single family homes, single level. Many of them look like apartment homes and they look older in appearance, and many of these homes are closer together. So here's a picture, side-by-side picture of what Signal Hill looks like in North Beach. As far as signs of decay, Signal Hill is very clean and well maintained. I didn't really see any signs of decay. North Long Beach, as you can see in this picture over here, it's a little bit older. The ground looks older. It looks down. So definitely, I would say North Long Beach has more signs of decay than Signal Hill. As far as parks and recreation, both areas have parks. Signal Hill, this park is mainly inside the community, but is accessible to all people. This park in particular has like exercise equipment that you can use that was made for recreational activities in this area. This park, as you can see, there's a little playground. This is very tiny. It's wedged in between two buildings. It's not super visible if you are driving through it, and there wasn't that many people in this park. As far as transportation, everybody in Signal Hill drives, as far as what I've seen. A lot of people are using their own cars. There is public transportation, but most of the people I saw driving their own cars. In the city of North Long Beach, I saw more people walking, as you can see, more people driving, more people riding their bikes, more people using public transportation, such as buses. As far as religion is present in both areas. The city of Signal Hill, some examples of churches include Catholic and Christian. More of these churches are spaced farther apart, which brings me to my next point. North Long Beach, there are many churches as well. Many of the churches I saw are Catholic, they're Lutheran, they're Christian. These pictures are, I took these in the city of North Long Beach. And the reason why I wanted to get to this point is because almost on every block there's a church in this region, which I thought was interesting. So the churches are closer together. So you kind of get the feeling that the churches play a big part in this community. Maybe they do a lot of community outreach programs. As far as ethnicity, according to demographics, 42.4% are white in the city of Signal Hill. And the city of North Long Beach, over 40.8% are Latino or Hispanic. I can't really attest that these demographics are correct. I mean, just by the windshield survey, I didn't really see that these were exactly true, but this is what the demographics say. This is the predominant ethnicity in both of these cities. Common areas for Signal Hill, many students are from Cal State Long Beach. They hang out in local spots such as the Starbucks, the local coffee bean, and tea shops. Many residents are also hanging out in the parks in the area. As far as North Long Beach, I didn't really see too many hangout spots. Most of the people that I saw that were walking to and from their jobs. I didn't really see any visible hangout spots or common areas in the city of Long Beach. As far as stores and retail, both areas had similar shops. They both had grocery stores. Signal Hill, for example, had Rubs, Costco, Trader Joe's. Retail shops such as Nurse and Frack, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls. North Long Beach, there's a Smart and Final, and a store. As far as retail, there's a lot more consignment shops. There's a Ross, there's a thrift store. So both areas had similar stores at retail. As far as service centers, Signal Hill has the Signal Hill Community Center where you can host parties. There's areas to rent to host recreational activities, and they also have recreational activities in this area. This one was a little difficult to find. Just driving through, I didn't really know what this was. The city of North Long Beach, I thought this was one of the cool things that they had. It's called Peace Builders. When I looked up what they are about, it's basically an area where they influence children to shy away from violent activities. They promote positivity and give positive feedback to the kids to build their self-esteem. As far as protective services, both areas have a designated police station and a fire station. The Signal Hill one was more visible and was next to, the police station was next to a parking area. The city of North Long Beach, it was kind of difficult to find. It wasn't really visible, but both areas both had a designated police and fire station. As far as health and morbidity, Signal Hill didn't really see any evidence of health issues. More people are active and more people are exercising throughout the day in this area. In North Long Beach, there is a higher population of homeless people. So there's a big, I saw evidence of mental health illness as well as a lack of physical activity. So there may be some health issues there. As far as politics, there are no signs of politics influence in North Long Beach. I didn't really see that much. I didn't really see any signs or signs for people running or campaigning for anything. In the city of Signal Hill, I did see people running for board members. So I think Signal Hill has a more heavy influence of politics. The first person I interviewed, so the first four are going to be of Signal Hill, and the last four will be of North Long Beach. The first person I interviewed is Nina B. She's a registered nurse, and she does some community outreach programs in the city of Signal Hill. When asked, she says the major health problems in the community are hypertension. She says that many of the patients she's encountered are on medications, and they have the means and resources to maintain their blood pressure. The population at greatest risk, according to her, is the elderly, only because of their age and sedentary lifestyle. As far as services that are unavailable, she says many of the services in this area include physical activity, gyms, community center activities that involve exercise. As far as the services that are unavailable, she says that more attention needs to be brought to the services available so that all people understand that they have resources and services available to them. The next key stakeholder interview I did was Jillian A. She's an RN. She works at Miller's Children, and when asked what the main issue of health problems in the community, she says would be the respiratory issues in children. The population of the greatest risk, she said, would be all children because respiratory issues affect all children, especially during the flu season. As far as services, she says that many of the people that live in this area are affluent and educated, and they have many resources available to them, such as clinics. Parents are also educated as well. As far as the services that are unavailable, she says that there are many services available to the parents here, and most of the parents just need to utilize them. David A. is a resident of Signal Hill. He says that. So David, when I interviewed him, he is a barista at a local Starbucks, and he's currently going to school in one of the community colleges. When asked, he says the health problems he is unsure about He says that many older people come to get coffee, but he doesn't know if they have health issues. As far as the population at the greatest risk, he says that he would probably think the elderly people just because they're older. He says the young people that live in the area are active and very fit. Services available, he says there are many parks and recreations. He himself uses the park and runs a lot, and he also uses the gym. He also says there's many families that participate in the parks itself. As far as services, he says that Signal Hill is a very nice area and that everything is there and the residents of this area provide with a lot. The last person I interviewed is Dorothy E. She's an office manager in the city of Orange County, and she resides in the city of Signal Hill. She lives alone. When asked, she says many of her friends in this area complain of body aches and blood pressure issues. When asked, she says the people that pose the greatest risk would be those who are working long hours and stressful jobs. Um, When asked what services are available for these people, she says there are many clinics and hospitals in the city of Signal Hill. She says many CVS and Walgreens in the area have a machine to maintain blood pressure. She also says that many people can check their blood pressure daily if they would like. When asked what services need to be provided but unavailable, she says the city should provide more community-based activities because she doesn't know how many are available. The first key stakeholder that I interviewed for the more underserved communities, Robert P. He is a chaplain of the Long Beach Rescue Mission. When asked the major health problems of the community in the area, he says addiction, liver problems, high blood pressure, and diabetes. He said that many people do not care for themselves. The population at greatest risk, he said, would be the homeless people because they do not have money. They cannot afford health care. He says the services available there's resources that he provides as well, along with the other volunteers at the Long Beach Rescue Mission. He also says that the local churches provide food banks. But he also says that there are not many resources for those battling addiction. When it comes to services that need to be provided, Robert says that the area of Long Beach has many homeless people suffering from addiction to drugs and alcohol, and that there should be more areas for rehab available. Patrick T. is a volunteer at the Long Beach Rescue Mission. He is an RN. He volunteers here once a month with the rest of his church. When asked, the major health problems of this community is the homeless who suffer from drug abuse and alcohol abuse. He says the major health issue is addiction. When asked which population poses the greatest risk, he says the homeless people because they have nothing going for them. The services that are available to these people at the city are there's many outreach programs, but they're often overcrowded because of the high homeless population the city of Long Beach has. The services that need to be provided but are unavailable should be, he suggests that medical services and rehab programs to aid those who are suffering from addiction. The next person that I interviewed is a resident of North Long Beach. His name is Richard Walker. He is a homeless man. When asked the major health problems, Richard says people like him because he likes to drink and he drinks every day. He says that the major people with health problems would be alcoholics. He says the people that have the greatest risk are homeless people. When asked what services are available to him, he says there are many shelters in Long Beach, but they are almost always overcrowded. When asked what services need to be provided, he says that more shelters should be available. He says that a lot of the shelters around the area become overcrowded and that he often cannot get in because they're so long. The last person I interviewed for my survey was Sochi. She's a volunteer at the Long Beach Rescue Mission as well, and she has 4 kids. When asked, she said the people around the area are very poor. She said they have many health problems. She says many of them have high blood pressure, She also says that many homeless have a lot of issues as well. As far as the population that poses a risk, she says these people are the ones without money because they don't have money, they can't care for themselves. As far as the services available, she says some churches provide checkups, but only once a month. And she also says there's many free clinics in the area available to people. When asked what services need to be provided but are unavailable, she says that um, more clinics for homeless people so that they can receive the help that they need. In evaluating this assignment in these two cities, I think I learned quite a lot. I learned that from the windshield survey, the more affluent community obviously had more resources, obviously had more people that were healthy, and more people that were able to care for themselves because they had the means. The more affluent community obviously looked more safe to work in because it was more of an environment that was community based. You didn't really see too many homeless people in this area. As far as North Long Beach, it was definitely more underserved than Signal Hill. The city lacked a lot of resources. A lot of the population, the main issue that they complained about was mental illness that had to do with addiction. And a lot of these people really needed help. But overall, I think I wouldn't mind working in these areas. A lot of the population in the North Long Beach area is what I already serve and where I work. So it's nothing new. I've encountered people who are homeless and who have addiction in the county hospital I work for. Overall, I learned quite a lot in this assignment. Thank you.